Hey guys, my name's Mike, and if you're new to my channel, you probably are because I only have a few subscribers. Let me tell you about myself. I'm a father, I'm a husband. I've been those things for half of my life. I've been married for 20 years. I have a 19-year-old son, and I have twins, a boy and a girl that are 15 and a half. And I started this channel just to share my thoughts. I just felt a strong calling, if you will, to start recording my thoughts and hope to motivate some people. I'm not looking to sell anything or build a huge YouTube channel and make money overnight. No. I'm just here to talk, share my thoughts. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about 3 words that you need to learn to use more in an appropriate way. And I'll tell you what they are here in a little bit. First, I want to talk a little bit about me when I was a kid. I was always a little bit of a nervous kid. I didn't like sleepovers. I loved hanging out with friends, but going to someone's house made me nervous. And I kind of had that throughout my whole childhood. Certain things would make me very nervous. But in the same way, I didn't care. Like, I didn't have the thought process up until a certain age of worrying about what people would say or think if I did certain things. I remember being, I don't know, probably 8, 9, maybe 10. I remember being at like wedding receptions for family, and when the music would play, I would dance, I would go nuts. And I remember vividly in my mind, I remember people laughing in a good way and encouraging me and applauding. Like, it was so cool. I also remember I loved Indiana Jones. I loved the trilogy, the first 3 movies. I loved them all. And I wanted to be Indiana Jones. I wanted to go explore the world, and I wanted to beat the bad guys and find treasure. And I remember I'd go outside and in my grandparents' yard. They had a big yard and had a tree, and we would love to climb that tree. And I would go out and I would just be Indiana Jones, and I'd pretend like I was swinging from the trees and going on these adventures. And I never once thought about if somebody was watching or if somebody would see me and think that I was stupid. It's a great thing about when we're kids. We just do stuff and we have fun. That changed a little bit as I got older, but then I even remember when I was 16, I think, 15 or 16, I started learning to play the guitar. Me and my brother both did. I learned to play the drums when I was 8, I started playing the drums. But 15, 16, I learned to play guitar, and me and my brother and my cousin and another guy, we started playing music. We put together a band. And man, we didn't know what we were doing. We had no clue. But we didn't ever think about what would people say, or, would people think we're doing it wrong? Is this dumb? We just loved it. And we played music at a lot of events, a lot of youth events, throughout here in Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana. We went all over the place for what we were doing, and it was great. Then fast forward a little bit, and it's like you get older and life kind of puts this pressure on you to where a lot of times we will think that we want to do something, but then the first thing we think is, well, will we look stupid, or what will people think? And it's what's got me thinking about this again is because I deal with this with my kids. They'll want to do something, and I'll say, okay, well, let's go do it. Just go talk. I'll tell them, go talk to that person and see what's going on. They'll say, well, I can't do that. That's awkward. I can't do that. My daughter, she's super outgoing, and she loves Spirit Week at school, loves it. And the night before, she'll get all her stuff ready, and she'll get her outfit ready, and then the morning of, she'll get dressed and in her crazy outfit for Spirit Week. And as we're driving to school, she'll say, well, what if nobody else is dressed up? Well, what will people think if I'm the only one? And I hate that those thoughts are beginning to intrude their minds, because who cares? Who cares? You know, here's 3 words I want you guys to add to your conversation with yourself when you start thinking about what's somebody going to think about you. Are you going to look dumb? Are people going to laugh? I want you to tell yourself, I don't care. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Whatever you have a strong desire for, whatever you love to go out and do as a kid and pretend that you're doing it and you're doing these fun, exciting things, that's in you for a reason. You're created that way uniquely with a purpose and a passion. Don't let the fear of others squash that out of you. I want you to say it right now when you're watching this video. Say, I don't care. I don't care what people think. I don't care how people will react. As you are created uniquely with a passion for things, and it's important to pursue those passions. I was watching an interview online, and they were business leaders interviewing and talking to each other, and one of them asked the other, how have you been successful in building these companies and putting employees in the right positions? He said, it all comes down to finding the right people who are happy with what they do. He said, you have to love what you're doing or it won't work. Man, that is so true. If you don't love what you're doing, if you dread getting up every morning, it's going to be hard for you to get by and to get through it. Now, I'm not saying to just throw everything aside and quit your job and find a way to be happy. We got bills to pay. We got to be responsible. But as a dad, what I would tell my kids as they're thinking about what they want to do with their life, think back to when you were younger than 10 years old. Think back to when you're 11, 12. What did you love to do in your spare time? What was it? Was it drawing? Was it creating crafts? Was it playing a sport? Was it asking questions? All these things can be turned into a career. If you were inquisitive and loved asking questions, you could be someone who interviews people. You could be a researcher. If you love sports, but you're not going to make it as a professional athlete, you could be a sports doctor, a therapist. You could work in like an office for a team. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you can do within those areas of interest. And I encourage you guys to do that. Start telling yourself, I don't care what people think about me if I'm going to try to do this. Don't be careless, though. If you got kids to support and stuff, be smart about it. But find a way to incorporate your passion and your purpose into your everyday life, because that's what life's all about. Guys, I appreciate you watching. If you like this, please subscribe. I'd like to see that I'm connecting with people. Leave me a comment. But you guys can do this. From me to you, don't stop, don't quit, and never give up. I'll see you next time.